So I've seen a couple of videos for these, for the Canon RC-6 remote control, and obviously all of the copies that you can get. So having seen a couple, there's kind of one issue I've got with the ones I've seen is that they didn't kind of, well, I suppose when you watch the video and then you don't get it and you have to go and work it out yourself, maybe that video is not as effective as it could be. Right, so let's deal with what you get first. So, box, a bag, and obviously that bag is nice that you can attach it to the strap of your camera, and so you can have it with you all the time. That's alright, that's quite nice. Some instructions. Nice set of instructions. Yeah, whatever. And the remote itself. So the remote. I suppose an arrow that tells you which way it's firing from and which way the signal is going to come out of a hole to put it onto a lanyard or something. And then on the back, I suppose the most important part about on the back is that, I'm not sure whether you can see that well. But just there is a switch. On the top of it's got number 2, and underneath it it's just got a dot, and that's, I suppose, the most important part of it. So this device in itself, all it's got is a single button and a mode switch on the back. That's really the only thing that you've got with this. Single button and a mode switch. Everything else to do with the remote is done on your camera. That's the most important. So this is basically this switch is just firing something at the camera in whatever mode you've selected on the back. Okay, so it's gonna, I suspect it's gonna send a signal to the camera, and that signal is gonna be a 1 or a 2, depending on the mode you've got on the back there. So that's what it's gonna send. It's gonna send 1 or 2, and the camera's gonna react to it depending on the settings you've got. And I'll do more about that on when I'm filming the back of the camera on the settings. So all this remote is basically doing is sending a signal to your camera, which is do thing 1 or do thing 2, and I'll cover those in a sec more. So we're now going to sort the camera out. So we're gonna sort the camera out now, and we're not going to go into the menu, because actually it's not in the menu where you're doing this. You're doing this on the they're all similar. The Canons are, and the thing you're going to try and get to is the shooting mode there. And obviously I'm on single shots at the moment. If you go into your settings screen for this, okay, there's my single shooting. If I touch the screen on that. Of these symbols here, you'll see that the middle one here has got a remote, and you're looking for that remote on your screen, and that's what you're going to set the camera to. So if I go back into that single shooting, if I click on that one, you'll see it says self timer 10 seconds remote control. So it's 10 seconds or a remote control. So that's what I'm going to set that onto. Is my remote. If I come onto my back onto my out of my screen, you'll see that my screen has now got, rather than the single box, I've got the remote symbol there. Okay, and that's my camera setup. If I now, I'll show you the camera itself. You'll see it react to what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm on the dot, number 1 as it were. If I fire at the camera, you'll take a picture instantly. Yeah. If I then change my settings to the second or number 2, okay, when I press and hold, when I press it now, there'll be a 2-second delay, and then it'll take a picture. Okay, so the 2 is for 2-second delay. The dot is for a single shot, and that's in camera mode. So we're not on video. We're in normal camera mode. On the dot, when I press the remote, takes a picture. When I change the remote to number 2 setting, press the button. It'll do a 2-second delay, and then it'll take a picture. Okay, and it's the same for video mode. So I'm on video mode here on the left hand side there. I've got it's kind of normal shooting mode, just on here. If I go into my settings on the video again, you'll see that I've got all the bits and pieces here. Set up single or continuous shooting and self time. If I click on that button there, that's that one there. But at the bottom, these are the things I can select. Go back into that. There's my shooting mode, currently on single. If I put it onto the middle one there, I've got the fact that says remote can be used. Self time in 10 seconds and remote can be used. Okay, so that's in video. I've allowed the remote to be used. If I'll leave it facing that way. In video mode, with the button on number 2, and I press the button, we're going to get the record on the video. If I press the button again, it's going to stop. If I switch the switch to the dot and press the button, it's going to focus itself and then take a picture. Okay, so on number 2 in video mode, record, stop record. And on number 1, or the dot, it's just going to fire off a picture. So as a quick recap, 2 modes if you're taking pictures or taking video. Okay, so on the back of the remote, we've got the number 2 at the top. And then we've got just the round, just the black, just the dot underneath. Okay, so if you're in camera mode, pressing the dot takes a picture. Pressing the dot in video mode also takes a picture. If you switch to number 2, pressing the dot in pressing the button in camera mode in number 2 takes a picture with a 2-second delay. On mode 2, when you've got the video going, pressing the button starts recording video. Okay, so that's it summed up. So the dot takes a picture, and in number 2 mode it does the alternate, so a 2-second delay or stopping and starting recording. And just be aware, this isn't controlled in your menu. Okay, it's controlled, it's part of the drive mode for whatever mode you're in there, camera or video. Okay, it's a drive mode setting, it's not a menu setting. Okay, but that's it summed up. I hope that helps. And I'll stop my recording.